Now shorty, she in the club, she dancing for dollars. She got a thing for that Gucci, that Fendi, that Prada, that BCBG, Burberry, Dolce & Gabbana. She feed them fools fantasies, they pay her cause they want her. She like my style, she like my smile, she like the way I talk. She from the country, think she like me cause I'm from New York. Look baby, this is simple, you can't see. You fucking with me, you fucking with a P-I-M-P. I don't know what you heard about me, but a bitch can't get a dollar out of me. No Cadillac, no perms, you can't see that I'm a motherfucking P.I.M.P. I don't know what you heard about me, but a bitch can't get a dollar out of me. No Cadillac, no perms, you can't see that I'm a motherfucking P.I.M.P. I'm about my money, you see, girl, you can holla at me if you fucking with me. I'm a P.I.M.P. Not what you see on TV. No Cadillac, no breezy. Head full of head, bitch. I'm a P.I.M.P. Come get money with me if you're curious to see how it feels to be with a P.I.M.P. Rolling the Benz with me. You can watch some TV from the backseat of my V. I'm a P.I.M.P. Girl, we can pop some champagne and we can have a ball. We can toast to the good life, girl, we can have it all. We can really splurge, girl, and tear up the mall. If ever you needed someone, I'm the one you should call. I'll be there to pick you up if ever you should fall. If you got problems, I can solve them, they big or they small. That other nigga you be with ain't bout shit. I'm your friend, your father, and confidant, bitch. I don't know what you heard about me, but a bitch can't get a dollar out of me. No Cadillac, no perms, you can't see that I'm a motherfucking P.I.M.P. I don't know what you heard about me, but a bitch can't get a dollar out of me. No Cadillac, no perms, you can't see that I'm a motherfucking P.I.M.P. I'm about my money, you see, girl, you can holla at me if you fucking with me. I'm a P.I.M.P. Not what you see on TV. No Cadillac, no breezy. Head full of hair, bitch. I'm a P.I.M.P. Come get money with me if you're curious to see how it feels to be with a P.I.M.P. Rolling the Benz with me. You can watch some TV from the backseat of my V. I'm a P.I.M.P.
Haunted voices pulling me down. High and low, they're always around. Can't escape wherever I go. I still hear them calling. I still hear them calling. for days. Haunted voices pulling me down. High and low, they're always around. Can't escape wherever I go. I still hear them calling. I still hear them calling.
Push the pedal to the floor, blow 'em all away. Yeah, you see I'm getting close, I accelerate. Going faster than fast, hit the gas, lose control. I won't crash, running high. Put your money on the dash, throw the dice. Lose control, I won't crash, running low. I won't crash, when you slow. I won't crash, running. Take. You running on the road, so get out the way. Push the pedal to the floor, blow 'em all away. Yeah, you see I'm getting close, I accelerate. Going faster than fast, hit the gas, lose control. I won't crash, running high. Put your money on the dash, throw the dice. Lose control, I won't crash, running low. I won't crash, when you slow. I won't crash, running. Take. You running off the road, so get out the way. Push the pedal to the floor, blow 'em all away. Yeah, you see I'm getting close, I accelerate. Going faster than fast, hit the gas, lose control. I won't crash, running high. Put your money on the dash, throw the dice. Lose control, I won't crash, running low. I won't crash, when you slow. I won't crash, running. Take. You running on the road, so get out the way. Push the pedal to the floor, blow 'em all away. Yeah, you see I'm getting close, I accelerate. Going faster than fast, hit the gas, lose control. I won't crash, running high. Put your money on the dash, throw the dice. Lose control, I won't crash, running low. I won't crash, when you slow. I won't crash, running. Take.
Elle se lève, était sans rêve ou un mauvais film. Une italienne, il était son âme, son essentiel. Il aimait Candide, sa bohémienne. Elle était gauche, elle était droite, surtout la débauche. Dieu, quel dégoût, son mot dans sa poche. Elle a compris d'un Mamma mia, que j'étais bête, lui pas mal habile, mais malhonnête. Mamma mia, que j'étais bête, mais me voilà libre. Mamma mia, que j'étais bête, lui pas mal habile, mais malhonnête. Mamma mia, que j'étais bête, mais me voilà libre. Je serai la reine sans roi. Je serai la reine sans roi. Et peu m'importe toi. Et peu m'importe toi. Elle s'habille, 2 ans défile. Était-elle aveugle ou bien débile? Est-ce que chaque homme est un animal? Est-ce qu'après tout c'était pas si mal? Elle y pense encore quand elle s'endort. Elle était gauche, elle était droite, surtout que c'est moche. Quand tout à coup, Mamma mia, que j'étais bête, lui pas mal habile, mais malhonnête. Mamma mia, que j'étais bête, mais me voilà libre. Mamma mia, que j'étais bête, lui pas mal habile, mais malhonnête. Mamma mia, que j'étais bête, mais me voilà libre. Je serai la reine sans roi. Je serai la reine sans roi. Et peu m'importe toi. Et peu m'importe toi. Est-ce que chaque homme est un animal? Est-ce qu'après tout c'était pas si mal? J'empile des questions tellement banales. Problème, je me demande si c'est moi. Qu'on prenne la coque qui pourra. Je vais tout brûler, même ta maison, pas près de toi. Mamma mia, que j'étais bête, lui pas mal habile, mais malhonnête. Mamma mia, que j'étais bête, mais me voilà libre. Je serai la reine sans roi. La reine sans roi. Roi.
you die. Party till we die! Always getting crazy, always getting high, always and forever, party till we die. Always getting crazy, always getting high, always and forever, party till you die. Party till you die.
Woo? Any woos? Oh, motherfuckers. All right, let's get started. I immediately forgot how to pronounce that. So my friend Carolyn gave me a prayer that I would like to share with the crowd, but I don't want to be disrespectful and mispronounce.
Howden and Sony is the thing that what the people call themselves, who the settlers called Iroquois, but they have a different name. They call themselves the Howden and Sony, and this is how they work.
Thank you, Carolyn. Haudenosaunee? Thank you. Yeah, Carolyn gave me this pertinent because it is the Thankful-est Mic, and I'm really thankful to be spending this time with you guys here. So if you want to close your eyes, feel free. If you don't want to close your eyes, it's obviously you don't have to ask my permission about your eyes. And just think about what you're grateful for in life, and think about these things. Greetings and thanks to each other as people. To the earth, mother of all, greetings and thanks. To all the waters, waterfalls, and rain, rivers and oceans, greetings and thanks. To all the fish life, greetings and thanks. The grains and greens, beans and berries, as one we send thanks to food plants. Medicine herbs of the world and their keepers, greetings and thanks. To all animals and their teachings, greetings and thanks. The trees for shelter and shade, fruits and beauty, greetings and thanks. To all birds, large and small, joyful greetings and thanks. And from the four directions, the four winds, thank you for purifying the air we breathe and giving us strength. Greetings. The thunderers, our grandfathers in the sky, we hear your voices, greetings and thanks. And now the sun, for the light of a new day and all the fires of life, greetings and thanks. To our oldest grandmother, the moon, leader of all women all over the world, and the stars for their mystery, beauty, and guidance, greetings and thanks. To our teachers from all times, reminding us how to live in harmony, greetings and thanks. And for all the gifts of creation, for all the love around us, greetings and thanks. And for that which is forgotten, we remember. We end our words, now our minds are one. Thanks, guys. And thank you to Carolyn for giving me that beautiful, beautiful prayer. Speaking of teachers, probably I shouldn't say this because I hope other educators of mine could be watching, but Paula's my favorite. So Paula Di Quinto, come on up to the Openest Mic. Guys, give it up for Paula kicking off the Openest Mic.
Oh, thank you, Laura. Well, greetings and joyful thanks. That was beautiful. Thank you, Carol. I have 3 poems tonight, kind of seasonal. I'll start with one that's pretty light. November notes. Fall flavors entice, autumn colors decorate, scent sight delightful. Cold fog, morning damp, raises pine duff underfoot, tracking outside in. Crow's caw sounds alarm, red-tailed hawk top nest raider, murder of crows flies. Wrens wait while jays feed, preparing for winter's cold. Every bird eats well. Fall harvest, round, red, ripe tart apples, pie-worthy, this month's tasty treat. Nature shifts seasons, fall gives way to wind, snow, ice, and a warm pie slice. I wrote that in haiku because at the Poetry Olympics, that JLD said he thought Central Mass talked in haiku. So I did. This is another seasonal. Wild wind comes calling. It comes raw through the apple orchard's rib cage, trees learning, praying again, and punished anyway. It comes fevered, turning leathered leaves into ash, no tenderness. Its fierce voice a reminder that wind has a deliberate hunger for warmth stolen from nests and burrows and barns. It comes as a restless guest, persistent, insistent, demanding everything, needing nothing. It moves because it must, as rain swells streams to rivers, spilling to sea. It comes unbidden, careless, racing ahead of sun gold and morning dew, pushing clouds through blue, tussling grass green, grass spent in greeting, not fear, wind delighting in its own freaky mischief. It comes for a time, sometimes only a moment. I am called by its breath, damp, cool, pine scented, while I stand still, eyes closed, calm and quiet, while wind tugs at my jacket, while its unbidden fingers tussle my hair. I listen to its whispered stories, a wild and wise old friend winking with weather in its eye. That's it. And then I have a third one because grateful was the theme, Laura. So I follow rules. So here I am, feet planted firmly on the cold November floor, thinking the not anything special morning, thanking the not anything special morning for the chance to open my eyes, look out, look up, bearing witness to the soft sunrise, welcoming ice on the windshield. So here I am, mid breakfast, thanking the not so inconsequential conveniences of a radiator's gurgling, hot water at the tap, for the chance to touch a button and magically cooked blueberries blossom in oatmeal, timer binging at 0. So here they are, the long list of usual, everyday, taken for granted, fragile, and quite possibly remarkable gifts. Quite remarkable gifts. Blue jays cackling and woodpeckers hammering away, and chipmunks scurrying to avoid the hawks, and the shafts of sunlight cutting through the bare-boned birches, and the susurration of the shriveled brown oak leaves protecting themselves until spring, of the dogs waiting at the door with the wagging tail of the sky's cloudless blue, that shade of hopefulness I most decidedly prefer. So here I am, maybe more than mid-poem, standing at the sink, stirring edges of my thoughts along with honey in my tea, while I'm called to consider each day's true worth, not the constellations of cosmic significance, but smaller, closer, more familiar flashes, auroras that slide past the guardrail of conscious attention. In and out, each breath becomes a clear moment to see, to say thank you, to realize the ordinary world and the gifts that are found humming beneath the noise, arriving just in time, mostly totally unannounced. Thank you.
what are you thankful for?
Well, I'm thankful for seriously for this, for you and Tyler and this group. This is the highlight of my when I come out, my week. This is a wonderful community, and I just have a wicked lot of fun. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks. Thanks for making me cry, guys. Give it up for Paula. All right, so attitude of gratitude, some reminders. There's some vendors out back. They have some wares for sale. They have some local fresh poetry for sale. There's a couple little snackies on the bar to which you can help yourself, as well as the sign up. If your name isn't already on it and you want it to be, it's still there and there's still room for your name. The bathrooms are down that hallway. The bar is obviously right there. I have I don't know, don't want to call it an announcement because that feels a little silly, but a little bit of an announcement. So me and Tyler have been friends for 3 years now, and pretty much we didn't go through a getting to know you phase of being friends. We just were besties. And we met in the spring, and by the autumn we had already gone on a little mini vacation. On that mini vacation, we had this drink that I'm obsessed with and that he likes, and it's called a calamocho, and it's half red wine, and it's half Coke, and it has a bunch of ice and a tiny little bit of lime, and it's meant to be like a sipping drink. I believe its origin is Portuguese. Canvas is doing that drink now. So if you want to have a little sip of the Openest Mic and a little sip of friendship, it's called a calamocho. I don't know what we're going to call it here, but please feel free to order that at the bar. And yeah, again, just a little way to enter you into our friendship and just thank you for being part of it. Next up on the Openest Mic is my favorite thing besides an old friend, which is a new name. If you guys could please give it up for a first timer at the Openest Mic, Lily Beth. Give it up, Lily Beth.
What am I doing? Excuse me. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. You start from the beginning. Passcode, how do you treat your mama? Does your ex give you drama? Things that I don't know. How many passwords you believe in color? What color is your aura? Things that I don't know. Did you lie? You said no, you lie. You could go. I need honesty, transparency, no sugarcoats, no, I don't know. Give me this metal, maybe sentimental. All I want is to be with you, 'cause I like you, but I really like you. Want you inside to, I don't know, getting up like you. Want you inside to, I'm tired too many times, so I gotta know. Oops, didn't much too soon. Oops, didn't play it cool. Oops, I didn't think that we could be more than friends, yeah. Didn't much too soon. Oops, didn't play it cool. Oops, I can't pretend, think that we more than friends. Right, you said no, you lie. You could go. I need honesty, transparency, no sugarcoats, no, I don't know. You know me, give me all the tea. Don't mind. Sorry, I haven't done this in a long time. Oh, maybe sentimental. All I want is to be with you, 'cause I like you, but I really like you. Want you inside too. Times I gotta know. We like you. Want you inside too. Not too many times, so I gotta know. Something much too soon. Oops, didn't want to play it cool. Oops, I'm not done. Think that we could be on friends, yeah. Oops, much too soon. Oops, didn't want to play it cool. Oops, I can't pretend. Think that we could be on friends. And so I need passwords, I need love. It's been years since I've forgotten how to trust, maybe, but any feelings by any
There's any DMs, I need passwords, I need love. Like you, boy, I really like you, want you inside. Many times, so I gotta know, like you inside too. Too many times, so I gotta know. Oops, didn't much too soon. Oops, didn't play it cool. Oops, I can't pretend. Think that we could more than friends, yeah. Oops, didn't much too soon. Oops, didn't want to play it cool. Oops, I can't pretend. Think that we could be more than friends, yeah. It's been a while.
What are you thankful for?
Well, if he's still in here, my fiance.
Happy Thanksgiving. Guys, give it up for Lily Beth and her fiance. We love at the Openest Mic. I just want to give a shout out to a special friend that I know is watching at home. Stella, I love you. Have a great night. Feel better soon. Anyway, next up on the Openest Mic is a wonderful person, Isaac Boyman. Come on up, guys. Give it up for Isaac.
So, with it being a bit of a Thankful-est Mic, I thought I'd give two little pieces for you guys. First thing's kind of from the top of my head, sort of. I find that when we go to thank people or things, there's one thing that we often kind of forget, which is ourselves. I believe it's important to thank yourself because, in my mind, there is one person and one person alone that gets through your worst, and that is you. No one else can do it for you. You have to keep putting those feet in front of the other and getting through tough stuff. But that's a serious thing out of the way. I do have something else. As someone who has partaken in a little bit of the devil's lettuce, not a lot, but a little bit, I find we're lacking something. That is, you say grace during Thanksgiving, but what do you do before you light up? Do you say something? It's some kind of ritual? I don't know. Some people are different. But I decided to make a prayer. It's based off the Our Father, but like any prayer, it starts in the name of the middle leaf, down, the left leaf, and the right leaf. Our Father, who lights up in heaven, hallowed be thy smoke sesh. Thy kingdom come, that will be smoked, as was smoked in heaven. Give us this day our daily bud, and forgive us if we trespass while high. And forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into salivation, but deliver us food for the munchies. Amen. And that's it. What am I thankful for? I've been volunteering time recently because I'm not working. So I personally am thankful for the fact that I'm able to help others.
Guys, give it up for Isaac and his gentle heart. You tender boy. Oh, yeah. No, God, you're fine. Here you go. Oh, that must have been so nerve-wracking. I don't know where he is. Is Derek Craig in the building? He's next up on this Openest Mic. Come on up. Guys, give it up for D. Oh, really? Sounds delicious. Yeah. Yeah, we're chill. He's so lucky he owns his place, or I swear. Oh, yeah, the mic's on. Anyway, next up on the Openest Mic is someone who's a lot more reliable than Derek. Guys, give it up for Grateful Fred.
Is that okay? You hear? Is guitar coming through? Okay, I've got two songs for you tonight. The first one is one that I wrote. It's a money in politics protest song called "Citizens United Against Citizens United." To protect us all from tyranny, our founding fathers made speech free. Whatever you think, you're free to say, and we really wouldn't have it any other. But then our country went astray 15 years ago on that fateful day. That's when the Supreme Court decided a case that they call Citizens United. Now you might think buying an election's a crime, but the court said, no, it's really fine. What our founders meant, they went on to teach, is that money is the same as speech. Okay, so we still have our branches three, but now they've morphed into one plutocracy. And we got a new golden rule. If you got enough gold, you can ignore the rules. Well, Trump's inauguration moved inside. Front row billionaires beaming with pride. They bought all three branches, the flag and the eagle. And under citizens, it was all legal. Yeah, do what they say, you're awash with cash. But if you say no, they make you media trash. Think that the court is beyond reproach? Check out Clarence Thomas's new motor coach. Now, if you don't like this plutocracy and you want to restore our democracy, I think that this can be easily solved, but pay close attention because math's involved. Yeah, under the symmetrical property, if B equals A, then A equals B. Logically, it goes on to say that if A's not B, then B ain't A. Well, in the market for a car that's new, I know a little trick that you can do. Use symmetry in a way that's funny, because if money is speech, then speech is money. Yeah, buy yourself a new Tesla today, and right before you drive away, recite out loud the amount that's due. You're paid in full and it belongs to you. Now, if our buddy Elon doesn't think it's very funny for you to pay with speech instead of money, call proctology, and with any luck, maybe they can get his head unstuck. Now, I want you all to join in the fight to again get a government that kind of works right. But first, some math to the court we'll need to teach, because if speech ain't money, then money ain't speech. You got that, Clarence? If speech ain't money, money ain't speech. This next one I'm going to do is, in all the times I've been coming, Mike, I don't think I've ever heard a bluegrass song played here. So I've got one for you this evening. It's called Old and in the Way. Old and in the way, that's what I hear them say. Used to heed the words he said, but that was yesterday. Gold will turn to gray and youth will fade. They'll never care about you, now you're old and in the way.
right, you know, like whatever. But like what I like about Derek and like the culture of the Stewards is that it's no bullshit. We can say like you're wrong. We can say you're right. We can say, hey, I love you. No, and it's meant with all respect, all love. We can still come together, have nights like this with each other, all different people, all different types, and know that it's still gonna be a really good time. So just like Derek, like on a personal note, as the Openest Mic and like as Laura, like I love you, brother. Like thank you so much. Guys, give it up one more time for Derek Craig, please. Oh yeah. Oh, we're so done feeling feelings. Guys, give it up for Prozac. Prozac, come on up, buddy.
Hello. So it's the Thankful-est Mic. I hope you are all thankful for the fact that we have a place to express ourselves, no matter who you are. So thankful for this place, thankful for yourselves for having the guts to come up here and do it because it's fun. It really is. So, as I get the song ready, a wise man once told to me to be grateful for the things that you do have in that moment rather than worry about the things you don't. And you gotta live searching for fulfillment in every moment to really get through the day every week. So really means a lot to me, but we'll get started here.
I was lied to from the beginning, fuck it, I love sinning. Bitches look at us scoffing, they baptized without knowing. See, it's like we crazy, man, lately I've been winning, I'm being lazy. And to confuse youth, I knew the universe would guide me. Angels watch me as I live with Satan lately. Just been working out for the guy who took a risk in his late teens. Now it's Zach, thank you, saved me. Fuck feeling bittersweet, it's good when you a G. Wise men told me, be who you wanna be. So I did 100 and paid the penalty. Came back, scored like a man. Get used to prosy, listen, zone in. With me, she felt complete. Still a reckless weed fiend all over the place. But my commerce kept clean. Believe me, for fuck's sake, to see when I was 17. Detached from love, filled up with lean PCP, going crazy. The only good drugs in me was weed, LSD. Don't forget the shrooms. 8 years has passed, it's weed being the one staying front of blazing dick, got her crying. Prozac out the room, shaking and go craving. Prozac looks in his mirror, says he's a fuck amazing. I know I'm gonna spook you with my tune, full moon. I guess it's time to shoot. Man, your subconscious tells you to shoot. Ego, you gotta lose to see what these people do. Pressure from the top trickles down, dude. It ain't your fault. You just wanna use you, brother. Gotta keep on the move, keep on your toes. Blow up the hand of foes. You'll be on your way soon. Go. Cruise doing laps. Cruise got my gap, watch the back. If there's something done by Zach, straight sack to Mary back, fuck your yak. Lithium to calm, we're also mind to be way to beyond, bruh. Say what you want before the club you want. Fuck a mile, spin your club, hit him with a club, hit him with a slug. Just a tight circle, smoking sour nugs. I shelf up, recover, send love. Fuck the soft, keep it strong, chest hard. Whatever the future holds for us, we will ascend. I was lied to from the beginning, fuck it, I love sinning. Bitches look at us scoffing, they baptized without knowing. See, it's like we crazy, man, lately I've been winning, I'm being lazy. And to confuse youth, I knew the universe would guide me. Angels watch me as they did with Satan lately. Just been working out for the guy who took a risk in his late teens. Now it's Zach, thank you, saved me. Read through the lines and receive that light. Smoke the bud, keep your mind in flight. The one you see in the mirror is right. If you're getting with yourself, get with me, self-guide, cheat the defeat with LSD, I feel alive. Man, I speak, but not for the best of me, for the best of we, bro, that's the mentality. Even if I don't see what I want the world to be in this lifetime, my reality is already where my energy is. Helping the ones close to me, man, I'm talking emotionally. Man, my last big risk when I was 18, now it's Zach, thank you, saved me. It's working out cause angels helped Rosie. Against demons, against Satan, got through it cause of me. I'm indigo, not lazy, channeling that crazy like it raised me. Tell them they're lying to, they don't believe me. Look me in my eyes, are real, they are red and hazy. I was lied to from the beginning. Fuck it, I love sitting. Bitches look at us scoffing.
So Prozac EP is out now. I've been coming to these Openest Mics, promoting it for months, but it's finally out. All streaming platforms, anywhere you search Prozac EP, you will find it. This next song is the outro, and it's just from my soul, and I've gotten a pretty good response from it since it's been dropped, but you know, just keep looking out for the name Prozac. But we'll get one more.
King Cat rap makes Zach blast my the reinforcement on his Beast Coast forecast. Rebirth, I crawled up through the hatch with a tequila flask. Finna crack jokes and live fucking fast. Gold at last, know it's time for the show. If you get it on your own, a better poet ready to show. All you gotta do is save you go. They be like, do a charade, we will get you laid. Drugged out, private plane, sign the dotted line, get in this lane. They love, I'm insane. Don't wanna cry, control tears, but fucking top gears, no fear. Slice my neck with that blade. My past was blast and this drop is fat. Always better than the last. My flow smacks, you don't know cocaine. Listen to beats about bipolar schizo brain. Lazy to society, they say I'm not sane. Take these pills, fuck your pain. Don't teach me where I need to be. I know my energy and towards you, it's a very clear screw you. Don't fuck with me, this metaphysical. Alchemy today, I have a feeling that I never felt. Even though I used to be heavy with LSD and I've explored the hell. I freed me from mental slavery, smoking totem rosses with Alan Watts and Terrence McKenna. And my girl know all my secrets, still love me like holy shit. Really? For you, I want the best. Sexy tactics, motherly instinct, strong with a heart, love and heart. My art will show any foes get beat by my bros or my flows or my ghosts. I'm not the goat till someone tells me so. I go, so that I can blow so fucking hot. I'll explode, fucking explode. Boom, baby girl, this for me, but it's for you. Gold at last, know it's time for the show. If you get it on your own, a better poet ready to show. All you gotta do is save you go. Sign the dotted line, get in this lane. Blow, top gear, no fear. Slice my neck with this blow. Here, clear that it's time to prove. Never made a false move, protected so I groove. Got the stethoscope, I'm crouching by the safe. I'm cracking the code to get the cake and drive the wraith. It's Prozac, bitch, this shit is made. Won't give up this life, don't offer a trade. Every dreamer I meet is strong, we all top grade. It's once no bong, Kong, got bruises on my chest. I'ma live long, but my love is headache. I go so hard that diamonds couldn't cut it, but a diamond we shall live in for my brother Zion. We shall live in heaven, but hell, that's what we live in. Sin for the right beginning, stunt for the revolution. Stay high for fucks that are not given. Stiffen up, dream hard, stay up like an erection. No kind of sort of. That's in order. Be bigger than a king, proveth a win. So I am thankful for my idols that inspired me to be here. I'm thankful for all of you for giving me your consciousness for these past 5 minutes. I'm thankful for my family that supported me so that I'd be able to be on stage talking right now with all the problems I went through. I'm thankful for my love who's over there every night with me, never getting sick of the lyrics she's heard 1,000,000 times. So, yeah, happy Thankful-est Mic.
Guys, one more time for Prozac. And I guess, like, I don't know, again, a sucker for love. One more time, like, from me to you guys, woo! I love it when people love their spouses. This is so refreshing. Okay, so you might notice that there's like a rotating series of pictures on the screen. Those are pictures that I've taken both at Openest Mic events and all over the state for poetry. You'll see asses and faces that are familiar and locations that have kind of like come and gone, chalk poetry. I just want to let you guys know if you want to be included in this, which is going to be shown every time there's an Openest Mic, please feel free to post pictures on the Facebook page or send them to the Instagram or whatever we want to do. As always, we want to represent not only the people that are in the room, but the people who have like been in the room and done the work and done the thing and made the art and done the poetry and entertained us, not only like now, but in the past. Next up on the Openest Mic, can I say next up on the Openest Mic? Next up on the Openest Mic is a familiar name who I think like almost broke the record for how many people afterwards was like, who was he and what was that? Guys, give it up for Dennis Victor.
This first. How's everyone? Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dennis Victor. It's my second time performing. Let me get this set. 1 second. I'm sorry. I already was here with the last time with you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you do it by Bluetooth or.
Yeah. That's the one right there.
Perfect.
Yep.
So, okay.
To an extent, yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, the first time I came here, I did a song from my heart. I did it from the Bible. This time around, I wanted to expand more my intelligence. It's little bit harder to write a song in English because I'm Puerto Rican and it's not my primary language. But I took up the challenge and here we go. I'm not gonna say the name of the song because you're gonna know. But it's after a basketball player who is Kobe Bryant.
Mamba mentality, sharp like knife. Yeah, that's how I thrive. Press the button, click, turn on quick. Fast with my trigger, my focus won't slip. Mamba mentality, I'm ready to fight. In this dark world, I'm seeking the light. Hold your breath, now it's a matter of fate. Control of my mind, I refuse to be bait. All you fake snakes full of envy and hate. Don't even dare to do a mistake. My presence will make your knees shake. With my sick rhymes and metaphors, I'm coming to bait. For me, this is a piece of cake and just getting started. Showing my peak form, handing out my manuscript form. Can't give you the recipe, but like Chef Curry, I'll put you to sleep. Mamba mentality, sharp like knife. Moving in shadows, yeah, that's how I thrive. Press the button, click, turn on quick. Fast with my trigger, my focus won't slip. Mamba mentality, sharp like knife. Moving in shadows, yeah, that's how I thrive. Press the button, click, turn on quick. Fast with my trigger, my focus won't slip. Show up, get ready. Show's on, time to show off. Chop, chop with the beat, chop suey if I include you in. Never lose, die hard, GP-Kaye. A lethal weapon, your sensei, making your brain go loco. Rocking a chair, puffin' Marlboro, wonder why you are a solo. Broke asking for money to borrow while I feel no sorrow. Try me, try the best, I carry the answers of the test. Always in the upper place, you might be trapped in this place. Like a maze with paranoia creeping in your face. Ghost Rider Johnny Blaze, after this you will be full of shame. Not even thinking in fame. Mamba mentality, sharp like knife. Moving in shadow, yeah, that's how I thrive. Press the button, click, turn on quick. Fast with my trigger, my focus won't slip. Mamba mentality, sharp like knife. Moving in shadows, yeah, that's how I thrive. Press the button, click, turn on quick. Fast with my trigger, my focus won't slip. My ability and capabilities is an easy flight over the storm. High overcoming obstacles in a different platform. Wild, reborn, reformed. My ability and capabilities is the easy flight over the storm. High overcoming obstacles in a different platform. Wild, reborn, reformed. Dennis Victor. Rebirth. Rebirth.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I am writing another one, but it's in process. It's still in the making, but I'm gonna give you a little short. It's called The 7 Capital Sins. So if everyone knows, you know what's gonna be the theme. Okay, so I got a little other surprise. It's in Spanish, but I want you to enjoy the rhythm of my culture, Puerto Rico. It's called Big Bang Dura.
Baby chula, esa figura para gozar,
para gozar.
Baby chula, esa figura para gozar. Sube el ritmo, te voy a probar. Big Bang dura, te deja pillar. Bailando en la pista no me quiero parar. Esa vibra tuya que me pone a soñar. Con esa energía la disco estallará. Big Bang dura, dura. Que esas caderas sacudan. Esa sabrosura, ricura pura. Si se suda, te lo disfruta. Big Bang dura, dura. Que esas caderas sacudan. Esa sabrosura, ricura pura. Si se suda, te lo disfruta. Mi suerte tanta, nos fuimos de fuga. Aquí me encuentro dialogando con Cuca, que fortuna esa chalupa. Métete el diente fuerte de capota, jalarte el pelo, morderte como tú quieras, ponerte, se abre el Big Bang dura, dura. Que esas caderas sacudan. Que sabrosura, ricura pura. Si se suda, te lo disfruta. Big Bang dura, dura. Que esas caderas sacudan. Que sabrosura, ricura pura. Si se suda, te lo disfruta. Mirando al cielo acaba de sonar, solo me queda contemplar tu rostro imaginar. No puedo razonar. Tu aroma en el ambiente puedo dolerte dormir últimamente. Sueño que está presente y cuando despierto me doy cuenta que es un sueño que ya está ausente. Big Bang dura, dura. Que esas caderas sacudan. Que esa sabrosura, ricura pura. Si se suda, te lo disfruta. Big Bang dura, dura. Que esas caderas sacudan. Que esa sabrosura, ricura pura. Si se suda, te lo disfruta. River, todo el mundo a gozar. River, River, River. River. In Puerto Rico, everyone will be shaking that boom boom. In Puerto Rico, everyone will be shaking that boom boom boom. I'll try to improvise to see how this comes out. I can't be that back and give a foul. Rebirth. Now the good part of the instruments coming up, the mix of the instruments. Rebirth. 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 This is me in my kitchen with all my energy. Rebirth. Rebirth. And that was all, my ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Thank you. Very humble for the opportunity. Thank you, Canvas of Coffee, for the opportunity always. And have a good night. It was a pleasure.
Guys, that was awesome. Give it up one more time for Dennis Victor, please. Oh, man. That's why I was so hesitant to like do like a music mic or like a poetry mic or like a comedy, anything, any language, it doesn't matter. That was so like universal. Like I did not have to know a word of that to know that my body was moving. That was great. Oh, awesome. Next up on this Openest Mic is honestly somebody who's like equally activating in a very different way. Guys, give it up for Carolyn, please.
Thank you. It's great to be here tonight. I'm grateful for all of you and for Laura and everybody who's pulling this together and for all this stuff. So the first, I have a quick few words to say first about gratitude, about practicing gratitude. And this is actually, I'm part of a writers group that meets once a month, and our topic this month was gratitude. And I wrote something, and I just wanted to share that with you. I have found myself that doing a practice of gratitude has helped me greatly in a lot of ways, and I suggest you all try the same thing, just finding little things. Anyways, I'll give you a few hints in my words here. Practicing gratitude. Gratitude. It's more than an attitude, more than a prayer. Noticing, acknowledging, remembering. A practice, opening the heart, protecting the mind. Not always easy, always worth trying. It changes focus, creates a tone, a tool for coping, a path forward. That's what I get out of gratitude practice. So. Now this next thing, a few of you were last week I was honored to receive the Environmental Education Award from the National River Watershed Association for the work I've done to help the New View Stewards, Environmental Stewards Program launch and provide environmental education to people of all ages, because that's what the Stewards Program is. The stewards have a lot of different, the New View Stewards have a lot of different areas that they offer education, and it's for all ages, and it's been a great joy. So I wanted to share a few words that I said there after the meeting, and part of this is to let you know about a few important things that are happening in the region that you can join in and be part of too. So last week when I had some thank yous, I thanked Fred, my husband, and the rest of my family and friends who supported me. And I also want to thank, I took time to thank ancestors and mentors who are no longer here on the earth, who modeled the importance of supporting other people and institutions with time and effort. And that, I'm really grateful that I had people in my life that showed me that this was an important thing to do. And then I want to thank New View communities, and in particular Francisco. And I'd like Francisco to stand up so we can all... Francisco hates this, but it's so important because I'm not the first person tonight to mention Francisco, am I? Huh? So you can see what a great difference he's made in our region. We are very grateful that he landed here and has been helping us, leading us. So Francisco organized the Stewards Program to amplify the voices of people of all ages and all walks of life to address various pressing issues. I met Francisco in the summer of 2020, that pandemic summer, and I met in his organizer Stewards Zoom meeting. When our group discussed what other types of community education programs might benefit our region, justice and environmental issues rose to the top. I had spent years before that on a deep dive into climate problems and had come to learn that these two were inextricably intertwined. This is a phrase I learned from Phil Bertoni, who was a computer pioneer who turned into a high school math teacher later in life. And he worked with computers back when they were all connected with wires, and you had to figure out the wires to get back to the problem if you had a problem with the computer. Anyway, Phil taught us about the connections that you had to follow back. And so with the environmental stewards, I decided to provide help with Francisco and others, develop something to help people learn about an overview of all the loose wires and threads of connection that need mending in our region. We provide examples of people doing that work, and we encouraged everyone to find something that they can enjoy. And you should find in helping your community something you can enjoy too, because every little bit helps, because it's all connected, and enjoying what you do keeps you motivated to keep going. I'm told I have a superpower for making climate and justice connections to everything, and I'm going to share my secret with you. It's an awareness that we humans and our human systems are not separate from the environment. We are part of it. We're inextricably intertwined. If you chase down the loose threads of broken systems, you too will discover a root cause of much of the world's chaos. Systems and individuals who put profit and greed over people and the planet. I also thank the Health Equity Partnership of North Central Mass, another wonderful organization we're lucky to have in our region. This is a group that works at the systems change level. I've been working to help them integrate environmental justice into our regional community health improvement plan. They connected to me lots of other people who are fixing old and weaving together new ways of building community resilience and resistance across our area. They'll soon, any day now, I think, will be releasing a Future of Mobility Master Plan. This will be the first ever regional plan addressing mobility and transit needs of our 27 communities, both rural towns and the small cities. We'd love to be able to have a bus that would bring kids from Leominster to Fitchburg to the Openest Mic here at Canvas, or from Winchendon here. That's the sort of thing that they're working on. Anyway, pay attention to that when it comes out, and provide comments. We want all the towns in our area to start paying attention to these needs and to support them. Marion Stoddard, who helped found the National River Watershed Association and helped clean up the river, said, first you need a vision. And some of you have seen the work of 1,000 Francisco was shown, where that's one of the main rules. First, you have to have a vision of what you want to accomplish. So right now, through the New View Stewards Program, Francisco, myself, Anna from North County Land Trust, and Jessica Roby, Fitchburg State, have just started to plan a new stewards program, which we plan to take intertwined to the next step. We're calling it right now the Stewards for the Future program. We'll draw on science and culture to tell the stories of what a healthier and safer future of North Central Massachusetts could look like. It'll provide common visions that we can work towards together. And we hope you'll all, that's so important to have positive things we can work towards. At this point in human evolution, we need some good imagination and some serious heart and soul work. And the culture is what reaches those spots. We want to create a space to help educate and empower folks to learn or expand their use of culture, storytelling, poetry, art, film, fashion, music. There's lots of other types of cultures. And we want to share science-based visions of a healthier future. And the secret is that we have all the science and technology we need to reach our healthier, safer future. Science shows that. We just need the political will to do it. So this is what we're hoping to help raise awareness for. We also hope to help center and amplify the voices of younger folks while helping them to understand that this healthy future is theirs to write, and we elders, me elders, are here to support them. And all of you in here, some of you are younger, some of you are elders, and we can all work together on this stuff. I hope you'll pay attention to this. If you're interested, talk to me or talk to Francisco. We'll get your name, we'll get you on the list. We're just starting to pull this together to launch it in early 2026. And we hope that it'll be a a good way for our region as a whole to think about what we want our future to be and start working together so we can reach those visions of the future. So another thing that Marion Stoddard always would say, every time I get an email from Marion, she always says, well, the work is never done. Onward. So, thank you.
What are you thankful for?
Well, I am very lucky to be thankful for an awful lot of things, all of you. I am thankful that like I said, I practice thankful. Practice gratitude. So I'm thankful to wake up and see, like this morning I woke up and saw a beautiful purple and red and blue sky, and I just had to stop and say, wow, this is great, thank you. And so I guess I'm thankful for everything. I'm particularly thankful that Francisco would always try to get me to go to conferences or programs, and he was trying to get me to sign up for the Resident Leaders Institute, and I said, Francisco, I'm old, I don't need this, I want, let the kids do it, and for me, kids is anybody under 50 is a kid when you're my age, right? So, Francisco said, oh, I think you'd be good, I think you should do this. So he signed me up for one in the spring, whenever that was, 2021, and I met Laura, and so I'm thankful for that, so.
Guys, give it up for Carolyn. I'm obviously super thankful for Carolyn, both like on a personal note and as somebody who wants there to be a planet in like 5 years. Crazy. I'm gonna make a unilateral decision, which is my favorite kind. Sorry, Tyler. Next up on the Openest Mic, even though his name isn't written next, is Tristan T. Tristan, are you still in the building? Tristan, do you wanna come up? Yeah, come on up. Guys, give it up for Tristan. Tristan has a couple of younger people of whom we just need to be considerate, and I think when a father brings their child with them to a mic, they definitely deserve a chance to see him on the mic. So give it up for Tristan and his beautiful family.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Derek, for the space. I'm going to start with my thankfuls. I have way too many to count, but I'll try to keep it to 3 or 4. Recently, my family and I were able to move back to Fitchburg after over a year in southern New Hampshire, which for many, that's a move they want to make here to New Hampshire, but we were desperate to get back. And as of the last 2 weeks, we're back. So now my family can come to things like this. I'm thankful for my team and everybody in this community who's working with me and Fitchburg Fiber to build some pretty great things in Fitchburg over the next couple of years. On December 15th, that's a Monday night, we are hosting a free public concert here that will be a launch event for a new venture we're undertaking. And I wanted to both demo a speech that I'm trying to write for that. Apologies, I will probably have to cut it way down for the real event. But this is a good dry run, so thank you for hearing me out. If anybody has feedback after, I'd love to hear it. And if I don't overrun my slot, I think I'd like to try to teach you all the song too. A theme that has resonated with me over the last few years is history. The history of this city and region. The personal history of all the people who have lived here before. Our place in that history and the history of the world. And how that history can inform the future we build together. There's the history of the native peoples who knew this as a place of natural abundance and made their lives here. There's the history of the English settlers who knew it as a rugged wilderness and carved a living out of it. There's the history of the many, many immigrant groups who found their way to Fitchburg from all over the world in the 19th and 20th centuries. The African Americans, Italians, Irish, Scandinavians, Armenians, Poles, and countless others. There's the history of the farmers and factory workers who built the city we see today, and the history of those same workers and their children as they watched it crumble over generations of disinvestment. The more recent history of the generations of Americans and immigrants who have found their way to Fitchburg, lived and struggled here, and planted the seeds of renewal and restoration that are beginning to bear fruit around us. Into that history I stepped almost 12 years ago. I came here for college, having never been to Fitchburg before my orientation day, and having heard only bad about it from my peers at Neshoba Regional High School. I had no intention of staying when I came, but by the time I graduated, I had grown to appreciate the city, and it wasn't such a stretch to take the cheap rent and stay when I started my first job and was getting married. Over the years, I've grown to love this city, and when COVID took my friend Raven's job and she told me that she and others were having to take their kids to the mall to get on virtual school because she could no longer afford her nearly $200 internet bill, my love for the city combined with an anger at that injustice and inspired the creation of Fitchburg Fiber Company. We were going to make the internet affordable for the people of this city as one small act of love and an act of rebellion against the companies that bleed our community dry. I was blessed at the time to have a coworker, Andrew DeChristopher, who had the particular brilliance with computers and the relevant experience to lead the technology side of our business, while I took on the administrative and interpersonal responsibilities. We set our price before we knew how we were going to sustain it. $40 a month was a fair price for internet in our minds. It's a utility nowadays and shouldn't be priced like a luxury. We believed firmly that there should be transparency in all things, both billing and operations. We believed every person in every interaction, both personal and digital, should be treated with dignity and humanity. And we believed that a desire to build and be in community should drive us at all times. Today is the 5th anniversary of receiving our papers, well, December 15th will be, the 5th anniversary of receiving our papers from the state certifying the creation of our business, and on those values we have worked for the last 5 years to build. We've experienced all manner of joys and hardships, but through it all, we've built a camaraderie within our team, wonderful friendships and connections within our community, an ever-deepening love for the city, and a physical network that has allowed us to serve thousands of people each day in downtown Fitchburg. You'll hear in a few moments from some of our customers, I'll be introducing a video at the event, from some of our customers what their experiences with us have been like over the years. And I'm proud of the struggle we have undertaken to build this business with our values and integrity intact. Over the years, Andrew and I have each dived into history to inform our future. I've spent hours reading books and in the Historical Society archives soaking up as much as I can of Fitchburg's history. Without ever being able to meet them, I feel that I've connected with many of the natives, settlers, and immigrants who were here before and who built this city. Their legacy lives on in their descendants, and it is inspiring to me to meet and hear from the people in this community who hold on to and pass on their ancestors' memories. Curious about where we stand in the history of communications technology, I explored the Historical Society archives and found paraphernalia and a memoir contributed by one of the founders of the first Fitchburg Telephone Company in 1880. To hold the original Fitchburg phone directory in one hand, while in the other reading the memories of the man who had it printed, has helped me anchor our work in that history. Andrew's historical interests lie more with his overarching personal interest, technology. He has found, acquired, and interrogated manuals, memoirs, and memorabilia from the long history of the Bell Telephone Company to trace the history of the development of communications technology and understand at a deep level what went into the development of today's internet. Development. That's not even to mention dozens of antique phones, central office switching equipment, and a switchboard. You really should see his office. Armed with this history, Andrew is defining a vision for the internet of tomorrow. Our two focuses have allowed us to work together to develop a common vision for the future of Fitchburg Fiber and the city at large, which we want to share with you tonight and invite you to participate in. First of all, we maintain our ambition to provide all of Fitchburg with high-quality, truly affordable access to communication by building a new generation of fiber optic infrastructure for the city. That alone isn't ambitious enough for us, though. We are confident that if the people of Fitchburg and our surrounding region could build control for themselves of several key categories of infrastructure, especially electricity, we could stabilize and even decrease the overall cost of living in this community, making it a place where working people can afford to grow and thrive in community. The idea of building new infrastructure, and especially taking on Unitil, is big, yes. But consider with me this fact. Only talking about our community's home and business internet bills, Comcast and Verizon take over $20 million per year out of Fitchburg. And we've estimated the cost of building fiber optic infrastructure to cover 98% of the population to only be about $20 million. When we factor in other utilities, cell phone bills, insurance, healthcare, and many other living expenses, how many hundreds of millions of dollars a year are leaving our community and never coming back? I hear people talk all the time about how we need to spend more money locally in the context of retail and food spending, but we are daring to dream bigger. We want to reclaim our cost of living for the community. We've spent the last 2 years of our journey imagining, designing, and now building a vehicle for our community and anyone who wants to help us to rally and do just that. We're calling it the Old Growth Cooperative. Inspired by the complexity and harmony of old-growth forests in nature and by the many generations of worker ownership, first brought to Fitchburg and the surrounding region by Finnish and other Scandinavian immigrants in the 1800s, we've designed a corporation that is, at the end of the day, an extension of the collective will and a manifestation of the power of the workers and customers who own it. Any adult who works for or does business with the cooperative can become a co-owner to share in the profits and direction of the company. Every owner has one vote, and the owners get to elect the board of directors and decide together the direction of the company. Fitchburg Fiber will become one of the first divisions of the Old Growth Cooperative. We have decided it is more important that this project exists and grows than for any of us who own it to make an immediate return on it. As such, we've decided we will give Fitchburg Fiber to the cooperative rather than sell it, as a gift to the community and our collective future. We want to invite everyone who is willing into the present risk and future reward of this venture. But there's a twist. For the immediate future, we are putting Fitchburg Fiber's growth on hold. We will continue to proudly and diligently serve and support our customers and current service area, but we have uncovered what we believe to be a better path forward to achieving our long-term goals and helping build a brighter future for this city and region. Our first project as the Old Growth Cooperative will be the creation and launch of a new brand of cell phone service to compete against the giants Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile, and to recapture as many of the cell phone utility dollars that currently leave our community forever as possible, and reinvest them into the workers and the infrastructure that will build our future. In Massachusetts alone, over $26 billion gets spent each year on cell phone services, so there's plenty of room to grow. And the best part is that with this venture, we will not be limited to serving Fitchburg anymore. How will we do this when the field is saturated with providers, from tiny ones to giants, competing for our attention, our dollars, and our loyalty? We will do it by focusing on people. We will be the only business in the market focusing on delivering delightful, humanizing customer service to each and every person who does business with us. We will live out our cooperative values by making services available to members at cost, with an affordable membership subscription fee and the option to pay what it's worth to you in the form of a small or large additional investment in the cooperative each month. Any additional investment made that way will remain your money. It will be in your name within the cooperative. That's just how co-ops work. We will be one of very few companies of any kind democratizing our charitable giving by allowing our many worker and customer owners to send donations in their name to charities of their choosing from our profits. And we will be the only cell provider in Massachusetts, or most of the rest of the country, that pays back each customer who becomes an owner a portion of their spending each year as a refund, also from our profits. If we succeed in taking even a tiny percentage of the total $26 billion being spent each year on cell service in Massachusetts, we will have tens of millions of dollars of surplus each year to invest in our community through donations to local nonprofits and schools, partnership and investment in external businesses and individuals who dream and work toward building a better Fitchburg, and direct internal investment in infrastructure through Fitchburg Fiber and other businesses we haven't even dreamed up yet. I will go ahead and say it now. One of our goals is to buy back Fitchburg Gas and Electric from Unitil and merge it in as a cooperative where the workers and the community collaborate to build a service that actually works for Fitchburg instead of sucking the life out of it, and where the profits go toward the community and toward lowering bills. If all of this sounds a bit too much for you, that's okay. We've been steeped in this world of infrastructure, dreaming and doing it for years. But if you're even a little bit intrigued, if you want to follow along in hopes it'll work out, or if you're ready to join in and make it happen, you're invited. Thank you. Thanks very much. And now, to thoroughly embarrass myself, maybe not, we'll see. Before I start, is anyone in this room willing to learn a song and sing along? Okay. Who here already knows Solidarity Forever? All right, we have one. If you're a nerd like me, you might know Battle Hymn of the Republic, the old Civil War song. It's the same tune. I'm just going to pull up the... It's a labor song from the early 1900s, and it's really been an anthem throughout labor movements over the last 100 years. And One of the proud traditions of labor movements, of workers' movements, of people's movements is rewriting the songs of the last generation. So I have taken a stab at a couple new verses. I'll start with the chorus, just so you guys can get it and follow along later. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, we will build the world anew. If at factory, shop, or office desk you work to earn your check, if you fear the loss of livelihood to automation tech, friend, your class is made apparent by the boot upon your neck. We must build the world anew. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, we must build the world anew. Now the oligarchs, they smile as they strip our rights away. Our divisions must dissolve if in our homes we wish to stay. They have made us all dependent. Now their system we must break. We will build the world anew. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, we will build the world anew. When we look around our cities, we're surrounded by decay, yet in cracked and crumbling concrete, see that life will find a way. If we're building for our children, then the old must pass away. We must build the world anew. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, we must build the world anew. Thank you.
Guys, obviously, give it the fuck up. Oh, that was so nice. My brain is like racing. Usually when I'm thinking about stuff like the ideas that I'm thinking about, I'm like at home and I'm like 6 joints deep and it's like 2 a.m. and I've been applying for grants for like an hour and a half. But really exciting news for a city that I think we all love, or at least will tolerate to be at a cool event. And thanks again for being here. Next up, I just want to also, before I bring them up, I want to thank Millie, Christy, and Dina for being graceful in allowing Tristan to go to make sure that his family could go. I know it sucks and you like have that feeling like, oh, I'm next, and then you're not. It's like the blue balls of the stage. And I know it's frustrating and hard, but thank you so much for just like letting that happen. Anywho, on that note, next up on the Openest Mic is another wonderful person with a wonderful family. Guys, give it up for Millie. Woo.
Hello, everyone. All right. So, Laura, I did not follow the rules. I apologize in advance. I have 3 pieces tonight. I'm gonna start out a little angry, and then I promise I'll give you a warm hug at the end. The first piece I performed there was a special open mic, Openest Mic this summer that was held at City Hall. And so I wanted to share that just because of the current climate. I will say that there will be a couple of F-bombs dropped. I'm not sure if the kiddos are still here, but just in case. This is called You Don't Know. It is exhausting to live in this world as a queer, brown-skinned Latina, as a wife to a black man and mother to black children. It truly baffles me when someone who is white tells me that they know what it feels like to be in my shoes, that they understand what I'm feeling. Because how could you ever know what it feels like to watch your child cry because someone's dusty-ass child called her a dirty little black girl on the school bus. To walk into a store or a restaurant and feel the immediate pause of the room, see all eyes turn your way, and know that you have been judged and found lacking, all in the space of 5 seconds, simply because of your brown skin. To have someone ask you your name and hear them scoff as they roll their eyes because your name isn't simple to pronounce, like Sue or Mary. To grow up hating your name, all because people refuse to make the effort to pronounce it correctly. To have someone call you out of said name because you had the audacity to tell them no. Do I look like fucking Oprah to you? To have someone tell you that you sound too well-spoken to be Puerto Rican. Are you just trying to sound white? And wow, you have 5 kids? Are they all by the same father? To have cops throw your husband face down on the ground while he's on the way home from buying milk for the kids, and they're rifling through his wallet while calling him boy, all because he fit the fucking description. To watch your husband get called in for a job interview, but once they realize he's black and not white, like our last name suggests, they tell him there was a mistake and the position was filled. Have a nice day, Mr. Whitfield. To watch your husband leave the house every day and hope that he makes it back home to you. To have to give your son directions on how to act if he gets pulled over by the cops. Don't raise your voice, don't argue, follow their directions, keep your hands where they can see them at all times. Our brown and black men have not been, are not now, and will never be safe here. I feel like I'm stuck in an endless loop of sending them off to war, and I'm holding my breath every day, hoping I never hear the knock at the door, some somber-faced man on the other side telling me my heart is gone, except they're not overseas at war somewhere. The war is here. Thank you. All right, so the second one is called I Smile. I smile because so many years ago, while on my path to self-destruction, when I thought drugs and strangers were the answer to the holes in my soul, the universe decided she wasn't done with me yet. I smiled because instead of death, I looked at life in my arms as I held my first child. I smiled because when the black hole of self-hate and doubt tried to take over, my king, my soulmate, crawled around on the ground with me to find my missing pieces. He filled my cracks and jagged edges with hard truths and love. I smile because I have found my tribe, the ones who aren't afraid to look me in the eye and tell me I'm crazy, the ones who tell me to keep on going no matter what, and the ones who love me even when I'm a mess. I smile because the broken child that I once was has now become the person that she needed. I smile because I will no longer allow anyone to pin the sins of my youth on the woman that I have become. I smile because I am the pride of my ancestors, because I am a wild woman, because I am no longer afraid to speak my truth. Today I smile because I am loved. And this last one I wrote earlier this year, and I wrote this because of my husband. He's not here tonight, but that man is my everything. So this one is called Tell Me You Love Me. Tell me you love me on the days that my brain tells me I'm not good enough and I believe every dirty word. Tell me you love me on the days that I look in the mirror and still see the ugly little girl my mother bullied along with everyone else. Tell me you love me on the days the world says I'm other because of my brown skin. Tell me you love me on the days that I can't function because my anxiety and depression are trying to swallow me whole. Tell me you love me on the days that I feel like I can touch the sky and make all my wildest dreams come true. Tell me you love me in the middle of the street for everyone to hear. Tell them you love me, all of my crazy, quirky, nerdy, neurospicy self, and I will do the same. I'll tell them I love you, every little part of you, in this lifetime and the next, until the moon and stars cease to exist. I'll tell them I love you endlessly, unconditionally, just like you have loved me. I am grateful for community. I am grateful for the very strong and robust artist community that we have here in Fitchburg that allows us to be able to do these things and that gives us the safe space to be able to share when we just need a little pick-me-up. So, thank you.
Oh, girl. All right, so I don't want to be that buzzed white woman crying about my brown-skinned friends' issues, but also, just for the record, to everybody who comes up on this mic, we have room for your rage. You should feel it. The world is fucked up and wrong a lot, so just so you know, you can have your love poems because that's equally real and should be celebrated. But for the record, there is room for every emotion here, and Millie, like, thank you so much for bringing your full self to the mic, guys. One more time for Millie, please. Oh my God. And now, like, another tender, beautiful spirit to the Openest Mic, guys. So give it up for Pushcart nominee, Christy B. Give it up.
Okay. I'm thankful for the sex house, and it's Laura's shirt. Okay. So I was inspired by the environmental talk. I don't think about it that much. I've always lived as somebody very disconnected from the natural world. And but I wrote this poem after a little poetry course with Jane Hirschfield, who writes a lot about the environment. And it's called Intertwining, and it kind of, the way that I wrote it is that the little segues don't really match until the end, and it's kind of like in a tree where like the vines come together at the bottom. Anyways, here goes. Intertwining in honor of Jane Hirschfield. The origins of my disconnection from the land, I know so little of the birch tree's white bark, are perhaps found in the same disembodied temperament, or why the nihilistic tendencies stunt under the weeping willow, where I, as a child, still wait for the loving hand of an earthly mother. My hands used to be full of dirt creatures, worms, frogs, and woolly bears. She herself seemed unable to put down her labor for a time, the armored segments of pillbugs and transformative caterpillars, to enjoy the purplish hues of the stippled hydrangea bush. And so it goes that our lineage of women tended the land like a child, only noticing the change through the spans of inattentive time. To the earth we say, if only these eyes beheld your tender face for just a bit longer. Thank you. So this is some new shit. And this is another poetry class, and I did not know what it was going to be as I was writing it, and it turned out to be about maternal mortality. So we're keeping it real light, per usual. Okay. The idol is not always a golden calf. An episiotomy is a good God prank. Stretch a man, expect to gobble up his anger. Stretch a woman and get mankind. And God said it was very good. The fairy tale origin of a fledgling earth drowning in placental fluids, a miscarriage of dead molecules, and then God said, let there be the rage of dragons, and circumcised foreskin and scales. All you see created cries like a newborn through the eye of a needle for justice. So I have two more very short ones, in case you're like, get the fuck out of here, lady. This is called Dysfunctional Mime, and I read it to Laura and Sarah the other day, and there's a lot of fuck in here, so. Dysfunctional Mime. He says I'm a mirror. Mirror of what? Whose dysfunction gets to wear skin today? Do we alternate from reflection to reflector? Whose hand is on the light switch? Don't mirrors require light to refract? Why is the lesser light called into question? Who would choose a blind-baked sun over shooting stars and fireflies? How could I be the narcissist? Is this the perfect deflection? This is the perfect deflection. If I am the abuser, his behavior never has to change. I choose a rage blind-baked in the heat of this moment over the flight of burning embers. It warms my bed when I am tempted to return to his. Fuck his mirror analogies. Fuck the circles. Fuck repeating back my words as weapons. My hand is on the matchstick. His mouth is a wound, eating a wound, gaping at its core. I'm shedding my skin, healing the cuts of broken mirrors. Now that everybody knows I hate that guy, the last poem is called Unhinged Places to Be on Hinge. 1, in the church parking lot. 2, on my way to meet a friend for lunch while driving. 3, while on a date with someone I met from Hinge. 4, in my bed while touching myself while thinking about my current situationship. 5, while missing my exit on the highway. True story. 6, in the school pickup line trying to decide if I like a man completely bald. 7, at the bar wondering if anybody there is also unhinged. 8, while cooking dinner for my children. 9, while writing this poem. 10, right now. Thank you.
Oh, man. She's single-ish. Guys, give it up for Christy. All right, I just want to remind everyone that we do have a vendor out back who might be leaving soon because there's small children involved. So if you want to take a look at some wares, please feel free. We also have some fresh, hot poetry books from AV8, and he'll be coming up here in just a little while, like around like the midway point, because we are heading to the end of the first part of our list on this Openest Mic. It is 7 p.m. It's a Thursday. Good job, guys. Thanks for being here. Give it up for yourselves. And one more time for Tyler for letting you guys watch at home. Friendly reminder to those watching at home, Stella, I love you, girl. Anyway, next up on this Openest Mic is somebody who made her debut on our mic at the Poetry Olympics and was another person about whom I heard a ton of positive feedback. So thank you so much for sharing your heart and your art with us. Dina, come on up, guys. Give it up for Dina.
Hi. So hopefully you can hear me well. I tend to be soft-spoken, I guess, I've been told. I have 2 poems. Hopefully I don't go over my time. They're both about heartbreak, but different subjects. Like the first one that I'm gonna read right now is, it's like a 3-part poem, but I'm only gonna read the first part. It's called The Eggshell Gospel. And this is more traditional heartbreak, like from a relationship. So it's called The Shatter. I lived inside a chapel made of eggshells, a trembling cathedral of patience and fear, treading softly over the sermons of a boy who mistook power for prayer. His love was a hunger that spoke in tongues, hymns of possession, hallelujahs of skin, each kiss another contract signed in silence. He anointed my body with exhaustion and called it worship. He thought himself a god of small dominions, the glow of a monitor, the slick hum of a controller, the cathedral of his own boredom. When I said no, the stars collapsed inward. He said I warped reality, as if my boundaries bent the universe. He said I lied, as if truth itself required his permission to exist. But I have seen the shape of his shadow, a boy crowned in static, spinning in the blue glow of his own illusion, mistaking reflection for revelation. I was not his mirror. I was the light that revealed his cracks. Now the shells crunch beneath my bare feet. I walk through their white dust and rise. Soft, phosphorescent, body and breath reborn. Neither sinner nor savior, but a woman remembering her own gravity, the gravity of all women who rise. He will tell the story as he likes, that I was the storm, the distortion, the liar. But my truth is an ocean too wide for his mouth to drink. And still, I bless him, not with mercy, but with distance, with the holiness of letting go. Thank you. So my second poem is about heartbreak, but it's more about the political climate and more about the heartbreak I feel with the country that I was born in. So it's called Where Are You From? A question that I get asked a lot. They ask it like a confession. Where are you from? No, where are you really from? As if the syllables of my birth certificate were written in foreign light. As if Massachusetts didn't hold me like any other child spit out by the Atlantic wind. I say here. They say no, before here. And I wonder how far back I'm supposed to go. To my mother's bones, to the dust that made us both American and myth. You want a border story, but I have no border story. I was born in the static between fireworks and factory smoke, nursed on the hum of power lines and public school bells. My lullabies, half English, half echo. You want a map, but my country lies in my skin's glow, a tone too bronze for your census boxes, too local for your stereotypes. America is not a color you can name in a crayon box. It is the noise of all of us, factory smoke and salsa beat, cotton field and circuit board, the shout, the hymn, the static. I'm that static. I'm the hum under your anthem, the ghost note between your verses. I'm the proof this nation was never monochrome, that freedom does not speak with one accent. Stop asking me where I'm from. Start asking yourself why you never believed I could be from here. And tell me why no one ever says Irish American or British American, but my people stay hyphenated, half citizen, half myth, half invited to the dream we built with our own hands. I pledge allegiance to no false purity. I bow only to God, to the breath that made us plural, to the color that he called good. I stand for the mixed, the mended, the multitude, for the static that still sings between his sky. I am American, full stop, born of heaven and hallway echoes, brown like the soil this country feeds on, holy like the pulse that never needed permission to belong. And when I die, the ground won't ask me for my papers. It will recognize its child by scent, by spark, by skin. The earth knows its own. The sky knows my name. And if you still can't see me, then may my ghost haunt your history books until America looks like all of us. Thank you.
I'm being my own grandma today.
I'm thankful for being alive. I'm thankful for this opportunity, for everybody that's here, my family, my son. I'm happy there's a God. So yeah, thank you.
Oh man, there used to be like these memes, and it would be like, like somebody like making a person, and it would be like one quality, a little bit, one quality, another little bit, and then like somebody pushing an entire container of that quality, making that person. And like, Jesus, like what an artist with a capital A. Like Dina, like one more time, give it up, give it up. I knew her first as a visual artist, and her visual art is at least as compelling as her poetry. She definitely like has the touch, Next up on the Openest Mic is a poet who I deeply care for. Guys, give it up to Alan. Alan, please come on up to the Openest Mic.
Well, hey, my name is Alan Finnegan, and before I get into this poem I wrote today, I just got a couple things to say. Political. This morning I was mortified when I heard that a sitting president of the United States threatened 6 Democratic senators, ex-military, with execution, saying that they were seditious because they were telling people in the military that they don't have to obey any illegal orders. Now, I'm ex-military myself. I'm an Air Force veteran. I spent 6 years in the Air Force serving my country proudly. I have said the same oath as my fellow men and women in the military has said about protecting this country. And that's a lifelong oath, let me tell you. And I will uphold that oath till I die. So, we're in a dangerous time, people. We're in a dangerous time. I don't care if you're on the right side or the left side. And if you're on the right side, you better wake up, because if this doesn't tell you anything about this man, you are just gone, okay? You don't know what you're doing. So I wrote, he's dangerous. And I am convinced, and I've said this before, in my other writings, I've said this before, he will commit mass murder. And because of what he said today, I am convinced in due time he will commit mass murder if he seals the deal. And he's almost there, people. So wake up. So I wrote this because of what he said today. It's called The Flames He Feeds. His words land heavy in the air, the kind that twist, the kind that scare. Not harmless talk, random claims, but fuel that feeds a growing flame. He speaks like truth is his to bend, a means to power, not an end. Like laws exist to hold us down unless they crown him with a crown. There's danger in the tone he throws, a heat that every heartbeat knows. A rising fire, fierce and bright, that warps what's wrong and blinds what's right. He talks as if he owns the land, as if his will is fate's command, as if dissent is just a threat that must be crushed before it spreads. A country doesn't break in half with one loud shout or one sly laugh. It weakens when the people choose to trade their hope for someone's ruse. You feel the temperature climbing high, a pressure building in the sky. Each word he hurls, each claim he states, another warning of our fate. For words can wound before they land, they ripple far across the land. They turn good people into foes. They pull at seams until it shows. His flames catch fast on open ground. They roar before we hear the sounds. And by the time the ashes fall, we may not recognize it at all. America is strong, but still it bends beneath the reckless will. For even mountains fear the day. A single spark makes mountains sway. And once his flames ignite the night, they swallow reason, scorch the light. And by the time the fire spreads, it might be too late to turn our heads. So hear the warning in his cries, the lies behind his eyes. A nation falls when no one heeds. the danger and the flames he feeds. He's a dangerous guy. I got this other poem, I'm just going to read it off the top of my head. It's called If I Should Leave. If I should leave tomorrow, would you miss me when I'm gone? Would you think about our lives together and how we sang life's song? Would you feel the need to tell me you don't want to see me go? Or would you let me slip away instead of watching our friendship grow? Would you see the sorrow in my eyes and feel the heartfelt pain and wonder why all the while those things that can't remain? Or would you see me in the distance as a fading light, one that never faltered, that held you through the nights? Or would you see me as the wind, changing with the seasons, as you search the questions for the answers to all the unsaid reasons? Or would you simply say goodbye, those words that mean forever, and know inside, with all your heart, that we faded away together? If I should leave tomorrow, would you miss me when I'm gone? Would you think about our lives together? Oh, sweet darling. And how we sang life's song. Thank you. Okay. There's a lot of things I have to be thankful for. You people out there, the artistry that you all bring is just amazing. But I guess one of the biggest things I'm thankful for in my life today is that I'm a cancer survivor. I had cancer in 2019. And I'm not kidding when I tell you this. When I saw it, it was about the size of a quarter. And that was at the beginning of October in 2019. And when I went into surgery on Thanksgiving Day, that following Thanksgiving, it was this big. I'm not lying. I was in surgery for 14 hours. They took part of my tongue, they took my jugular vein, the bypass, they took a big muscle here, 32 nodes, and I had radiation and chemotherapy. So I'm 5.5 years out. The surgeon told me that I'm free and clear, and I asked him, I said, well, what's the chance of recurrence? And he said, about as random as the next guy on the street. So here I am. I'm still with you. I'm still here. And I'm very thankful that my life is on a better mend. And I'm thankful that I'm a writer and I can express my feelings the way that I do. Thank you.
All right, guys, here's my hottest take of the night. Fuck cancer. Fuck cancer. Cancer's terrible. Another, also too, bummer news for everybody, just real quick. But also just because I do feel beholden to tell everybody in the community this. I was given permission to share this. Eric Peterson, who featured for us at New Dawn, is like in a really bad state medically, like probably like near end of life. So if there is something that you want to say to him, if there's something that his poetry has meant to you, if seeing him has meant something to you, it's really important that that's something that you say soon. Unasked for life advice also, I would just say, as somebody who's experienced a lot of grief in the last year, if you feel that way about anybody or have something to say to anybody, or if their art has touched you in any way, or their personality has touched you in any way and made your life better, you should probably let them know, because as awful as the diagnosis is, it's just as bad to get hit by a truck. We really don't know. And feeling as though one is like super more likely than the other is, you know, guys, I'm such a bummer. Sorry. Happy Thanksgiving. Anywho, next up on the Openest Mic, I'm doing like another one of those unilateral moves. This is somebody who is multi-talented, multifaceted. This is somebody who just released a book that's for sale in the, what I keep calling the back, but is actually the front of the room. I just want to tell you guys a really quick anecdote, real quick, about AV8 and I. So first, give it up for AV8 real quick. Give it up for him. And if you guys were and want to work on the musical component of this real quick, I'm going to tell a little story about us real quick. So me and AV8 went to Boston a little while ago, and we had a really good time because he was reading for his WGBH. No big deal, whatever. And we went to the MEParium, and it was like really cool and like really weird vibes, like really cool vibes. And he's like a really cool, like spiritual guy and just like on a deep level. And he gets his copies for his book. And weirdly, there's Psalms from the Bible in English and Latin in one of the editions of his book. Unasked for, from the publisher. So it's like the bespoke Cursed Child edition, and I just want to say I'm very proud to have it in my possession. Guys, give it up for AV8.
Hey, what's up? What's up, y'all? That was the last thing I thought she was going to explain from our trip at Boston when she started describing that, but that's pretty funny, you know, and it was definitely a good time out there, too, and that kind of was like I don't know, it was like a cherry on top, I guess, looking back at that weekend, because it was all basically back-to-back, you know? But yeah, no, I'm glad to be here. I'm thankful for all y'all showing support, and I guess in general, I just thankful to just still be here after years of doing this, because I remember when I was first starting to like release music or even write poetry way back in 2015, before most people know I was even active, I had absolutely no resources whatsoever. I did not know who to contact. I was always a very introverted person and reclusive person, and if I'm gonna be honest, there was a point in time where I really wasn't going out much at all, doing anything. I was kind of just staying to myself constantly. So to actually be able to find community and actually feel welcome, because there was times where I would try to find community and feel very unwelcome or put myself into communities I shouldn't have even been around as well. And it took me a lot of trial and error to actually just find a place where I actually feel like I belong somewhere. So I'm thankful that I actually do feel like I belong here, and I have to extend that to all of y'all here. So again, much love to y'all. All right, so and here I'm going to be reading two different things from my book, My Descent Before Ascension. First one I'm going to read is one of the older pieces that's in here. I have a wide range of poetry and things I've written in here from all the way back from like 20, maybe even 2012, all the way up until maybe like 6 months ago. That's in here, and this one's one of the older ones from, I want to say, like 2013, so that was like when I was in high school. This one's called Pressure of the World, and I can say too, I actually did try to read this one. Actually, I submitted this to WGBH actually, and they told me they loved it, but they want me to resubmit because they thought it might have leaned on the political side. But the funny thing is, again, it doesn't apply to anything that's happening today. I was 15 writing this shit. All right. The pressure of the world can quickly change our perceptions. When thoughts meet at intersections, they can slowly form parasitic connections. Coexistence turns into an addiction, a covalent bond creating stimulation for a holographic simulation. Our collective consciousness comes together to create the hive mind and an all-seeing eye, neither of which working in conjunction, but nobody notices the dysfunction. Society has become blind to its own demise, distracting itself through pleasure of the senses with a constricted mind. And civilization has become cruel despite its efforts to create perfection in an imperfect world, discarding all of our souls for fuel. An error in syntax leads to miscommunication, mental mutilation of a futile nation at war with each other as well as ourselves. breaking down our essence, leaving traces of our presence. We search for peace and hope and mends the pieces of ourselves that shattered, because only then is when it matters, when we've reached the end. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I mean, even back then, I was always thinking very deeply about the world and very much analyzing everything that's around me. And I've always kind of had those very deep perspectives that I've always wanted to express. And I kind of always just, the pen was always natural for me to do so, even a little bit before I started vocalizing myself. Because even though I was into music even back then, I wouldn't have dared touch a friggin' stage back then. You know, I was too shy back then to even express all that. But so now we're gonna get into one of my older songs that I also have written in here. This one I wrote, I wanna say 4 years ago. And this one's definitely a little bit more personal compared to that one that I just wrote, which was more so me having a perspective on the outside world. This is much more bringing y'all into my world, a lot of my backgrounds that some of y'all may not be aware of, but without further ado, just let me get into this. This one's called On My Mind. Never expect another man to give you a handout. Most of them will doubt, but when it's time to speak, they're scared to shout. Unless it is for clout, but in that case, they should zip their mouth. Always sit and slouch, expressing doubts, but stay on the couch. And growing up, I barely felt some love. It was minimal. My state of mind confusing, no amusement. It was cynical. Experiences were cyclical, difficult trying to break the patterns, but can't just brush it off, acting like it doesn't matter. Cowards going on an ego trip, trying to get some power, quick to get devoured. I prepared them a casket with some flowers, rising like a phoenix, attempting to take up your spot. The people closest to you, sometimes the ones that will plot. The sad truth is they'll try to flip the script and then get mad at you. So watch out for the people deceitful and show no gratitude. You gotta push without them, go increase your altitude. You cannot let them hold you back, you're doing what you have to do. And other times you gotta care about them from a distance, or they'll shackle you and hold you down for your persistence. Stuck with bad habits prevents them from living lavish, and keeping them around as they carry an extra baggage. And yeah, I hate to admit that, but it's better than neglecting it. Even if your blood that had bad energy, I'm deflecting it. And looking back to see my roots, it's crazy to see the truth. It's nothing like I thought it was, completely different as a youth. My grandfather was murdered, my grandmother was deported. Hope I get to meet her someday, my family's distorted. I live without my siblings by the time we grew up. And every time I talk to that side, I hear some new stuff. Shit is always rough, and even still there is some drama. I watch the scenes unfold like the outside, like a diorama. But no, I'm not a part of that. Focused on my almanac, plans for my success, and ain't no way that I am falling back. Staying on the right path, even though I had to slip a bit. Even, at least I kept my morals right. No, I'm not a hypocrite. I'm speaking very honest. I don't never try to polish it. And nobody is perfect. If you say that, you're a snobbish prick. Trying to make a spark, see the light through all the dark. They'll attempt to dim you down. You just gotta go and make your mark. And when I make mine, best believe I'm going out with a bang. Pave my way to find the peace through all the yin and the yang. Yeah, now, thank y'all. That one again, and that one's called On My Mind. That was an older song of mine from like 4 or 5 years ago. It definitely feels very different to anytime I do any of my songs and I just kind of go at them poetically versus kind of rapping them on stage. I feel like my energy is a lot different there, and it gives people a different perspective. And again, that's also basically why I kind of wrote this book, because I know it gives people a different perspective on the things I've already wrote in the past, as well as just showing a lot of things that are unreleased as well, and giving y'all a breakdown of it. Because it's not only poetry in here, I do actually kind of like write a little bit about some of the things I've went through and stuff too, you know? So yeah, my December Ascension, it's out now. Y'all hear about it before everyone else, because I haven't even posted about it online. And again, thank y'all for having me here. Much love for having y'all here too, because y'all have been having some great conversations. I've been listening to everything now. I'm not just ignoring y'all in the back, you know, but again, much love to y'all. If you want to talk to me, I'll be here for a while. Much love. That's what I started off with.
I forget.
You forgot what I said I'm thankful for?
No.
Really? Okay, cool. Well, all right. Well, I'll just reiterate again. I've just been thankful for everybody being so supportive of me throughout the years and actually making me feel like I have a place that I belong after trying so hard to try to find a place to belong and not being able to find it, going through so many different iterations and different communities where I just felt like the outcast. I felt like the reject, and now I actually feel welcome. So again, thank you all.
at lunch class in high school, I used to call the table that I would sit at the Island of Misfit Toys. And I look around this room and I'm like, hell yeah, I would have sat with any one of you. Speaking of somebody I wish I had met like approximately 1,000,000 years ago because she has fit into my life and my heart so adeptly. Guys, give it up for the beautiful, award-winning medalist poet, Sarah Beth.
Hi, how's everybody doing? Okay. Oh, look at that. Nice and easy. That makes me happy. So I'm going to share a poem with you, the first one. So somebody mentioned, a couple people writing poetry a long time ago. 1994, guys, okay? Imagine in your mind, if you can, 1994, the bones of this poem were born, and it has always been one of my favorites. So I took it out and I dressed it up real nice for you. It's called Union. Dark crystals froth beneath the pale moonlight, separating Adam from Eve. They are already fleeing from loss's first frost. They are already grieving together from apart. Something lingers in their blunt fingers, finding each other now blindingly seen, creating in the shade of each other something more to dream. It is it any wonder that we still suffer from this schism shakedown, pushing and pulling skin, trying to fit in and around. A prison fire lit long ago pounds. Maddening is our thrust to touch oneness together, oftentimes forgetting where begotten begins this dream forever, that our loves have a script before we have ever been. Dark crystals froth beneath the pale moonlight, separating Adam from Eve. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, is Dina still here? Dina, nobody knows this, but I'm gonna confess this right now in this room. You came to the last open mic, right? Did you get up here and do a poem about ADHD? Girl, you did such a good job. Your poem was so much fire. I felt it in my bones. I wrote this poem. It's called I Saw a Poem. Okay? I didn't tell anybody, but Dina, you inspired this poem. And these two poems that I'm reading, I submitted them to Gnosko Literary Journal, and they asked me if they were available for publication, and I excitedly said yes. So Dina, not only did you inspire, for Dina, please, not only did she, just clap, please, not only did she, girl, you got up here and you made me move, and this is the poem. Okay, here we go, I'm very excited. I saw a poem. She held herself. In essence, she was vulnerable with quake fire. I went delving in with her, folding and unfolding worlds for display, as if dancing with epiphany happens every day. I saw a poem. She held more weight than paper and ink, than type and write. Her boundaries breaking, pages free from refrain. Dipping her desire in cursive, meant to spreading it out on pages wild, meant to break the day and bathe the night. All shadows, all light. I saw a poem, and she was braver than any poem ought to be. Oh, yeah. Stop it. She stood up, guys. She stood up. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You know, I am so thankful for this room, for this space, to be amongst artists, especially right now with our current climate. What we're doing up here, this is the medicine for the soul that the community needs. It is tough, the screens coming at us, the news coming at us. But when we exchange, you know, Millie, I was riveted to what you had to say. There's so much talent in this room. And anybody that has I'll be Laura for a second, the balls, to get up here and do anything. Right now, can we just clap for that? Yeah. And the last thing I'm gonna say, I'm so thankful that I came and moved back to Fitchburg. And it's so funny to live 27 years on Cape Cod and to come home and have my stuff blow up. Woo! I came home and it's happening. Thank you for welcoming me back. Thank you for seeing the light in me, Ricardo. If you see some of us are wearing these little Art Steward pins, talk to us about the Art Steward program if you're in Fitchburg and you want to get involved. Last thing I'm going to say is put another hat on, because I have lots of hats. It's fun. I'm a member. I serve on the Fitchburg Cultural Council. I am here to say to anyone in the room, if you have a dream, if you're interested in a program, if you want to execute action, in our community and really change it, talk to me and anybody here who's on the Fitchburg Cultural Council. Can you raise your hand? Ricardo, you are there for the community. Can you raise your hand? Ricardo Barros. Okay, good. So please talk to us, okay? Please. We want to collaborate with you. This is the place to meet the creatives. I am so honored to be among you. Thank you.
Oh my God. Oh, give it up for the people doing the background work, doing the hard work, doing the bullshit work, going to meetings, staying late, filing papers. It sucks. It's tedious. It's awful. I hate it. Everyone hates it. They still do it. So give it up for those people. And another one of those people who was also, what do I want to say, like steeped in the same pot as very many of us here. Guys, give it up for Thomas Mosier. Thomas.
All right, let's see here. When I come up here, sometimes I don't know how to start introductions. Sometimes it's just because I just go with the flow of the night and partially improvise. Sometimes I'm reading from a script, and sometimes I'm going off the cuff. Sometimes I'm writing something, or maybe I'm just revising it just before my set. Occasionally, I come into the room unaware of what tone to set for the night, whether or not I've been there the whole time listening to others. Usually, I'm always feeling under the pressure of the timer, attempting to keep a cool flow, but still rushing. I'm still experimenting with defining myself and what to be open about. Take this paragraph, for instance. I had the basics in mind a few weeks ago, but I didn't put the words to screen until just being here in the room with you. Is this a poem? Should you decide? All right. So, second thing I have to say. Before finishing off with my last message about a project I have been working on and want help with, I want to talk to you about someone I'm grateful for. He's in the room with us, Derek Craig. Right. I know he had his own moment to read his own speech earlier tonight, but I would also be grateful if you allowed me to tell you a few more things about him. First off, did you know he's the one who set up all these chairs and tables we've been using? Thank you. That's just scratching the surface of what he does for Canvas and Coffee Corp as a whole. Most importantly, though, he's my friend. And he has been almost as long as I've been a part of this city's social circles since the summer of 2019. He's been by my side across our community and across the country in several mutual overlapping initiatives of stewardship, resident leadership, and co-founding creative collectives. Long story short, I could write a whole bio and speech about him. All right, can I take this off the stand here? Thanks. All right. I'll sit down for a second. All right, so here's the last thing I wanted to come and talk to you about. Maybe I should somewhere. Are we good? All right. The thing I had pre-planned to talk about tonight was this project that I've been working on for about a month and a half or so, and it's this call for resources. I've done several other kind of projects on and off throughout the years where I want to include the community as part of my creative process. And in a lot of other open mics where I've talked about this, I've been kind of quick about it, like off the cuff, very, blasé, very passive about it, not trying to make it a big deal, like not wanting to put too much ego into it, but what I want to do about the project is really like seek out the permission from people to have them be a part of this. I'm gonna just read off what I have on my social media as this call for community. Usually I haven't gotten into all the details all these other nights, but as this first phase, quote unquote, is gonna maybe come to an end in about a week, I want to let you know just the details before that comes to a close. So if you want to be a part of it, you know the things. All right, so verbatim. Do you want to help with a series that promotes the art of community organizing? If you do, then follow along and learn how. Please send a suggestion for sharing of resources. This could be a resource you are sharing freely with the public. It could also be a cause that you believe needs more attention and support. Examples include, but are not limited to, charities, donation causes, nonprofit orgs, philanthropists, healing practices, advice, resource hubs, recipes, networking connections, motivational mediums, ideas for projects, other calls for action, and more. You can send me a direct message through my Instagram, Thomas_A_Moser. My Facebook, Thomas Ardell Moser. An email to thomasartmoser@gmail.com. Or you can just reach out to me some alternative method if we know each other well enough already. And that's pretty much anyone in this room. I'm just trying to compile things that you send my way, as long as they align with the mission to better serve the greater world as a whole. And these might get reposted to social media, become fresh posts, go to stories, become a shareable document, etc. And they could be anonymous or public. At some point I stopped reading verbatim, sorry. Well, I think I'm pretty much coming to a close here, but I just, sorry, I'm lost for words. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know about that because I guess in this first phase, I've been trying to be like more passive, see who kind of flocks my way instead of sending it directly to people, but maybe I'll start doing that. I think that it's just gonna be an ongoing series kind of throughout the rest of my life. It's indifferent, and I think that it kind of is a reflection of this night as a whole, being thankful for each other and doing things that are kind of like on the list of like what can we all do for each other. All right, well, thank you everyone. Also, big thanks to Laura for doing this, and thank you Tyler for taking care of things like always.
Oh, guys, got one more time for Thomas Moser. when he's like, thank you to Laura for, thank you to Tyler for doing this stuff. I'm like, I am a personality hire in my own project. That's fucking nuts. Anywho, next up on the Openest Mic is a musician who I have really, again, like I really just like the way he plays music. I really like the way he organizes. I really like his shirt. Guys, give it up for Jeff Volkovich. Guys, keep giving it up for Jeff.
It's mostly in tune. All right. So, let's see. So what am I thankful for? I am thankful to be back in this building finally. If you don't know, there used to be a place down on the bottom level here called Chibo that had an open mic that ran on Friday nights. And at some point in 2012, me and my wife basically plunked ourselves down on that couch and then never left for 6 years. So that was kind of an important formative musical experience for the both of us. And it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like Fitchburg gets shit on a lot, and unfairly so. Yeah. And just to see that, somebody has taken this space and made it into an event and performance space, and is bringing arts and culture into our community. You don't have to go to Boston to see something cool. I think that's a really awesome thing, and I hope everybody can continue to support places like this and allow that to keep happening. So yeah, I will stop rambling and play a song now. This is a song I wrote not too long ago. Not too long ago being like 20 years ago, but anyway, this is a song about how sometimes you get to the end of the day and you get to the point of the only thing you can really do is get a good night's sleep and try to face the bullshit again in the morning. So this is called Sleep. Control. There are things that we must accept. Whether many times I tell myself, whether hard I try to forget, there's another way. Tomorrow is another day. So now I sleep, I sleep. are days it never seems to end. There are times when it feels all for naught. The more that I try to hold on tight, the more it seems to slip through my hands. Maybe there's another way. Tomorrow is another day, but now I sleep, I sleep. Another way. Tomorrow is another day, but now I sleep, I sleep. Maybe there's another way. Tomorrow is another day, but now I sleep, I sleep. Thank you. All right. One more quick one. Oh, yeah. So this is a song about an open mic night. And on the topic of open mic nights, if anybody's looking for something to do a week from tomorrow, I have another open mic night that I'm running over at the Harvard General Store, and it'd be awesome to see some new faces over there. So if you're sick of being stuck in the house with your family after Thanksgiving, it's a good option. You can get some pizza and have some different leftovers. So anyway, this is a song by Frank Turner called "The Ballad of Me and My Friends." Everybody's got themselves a plan. Everybody thinks they'll be the man, including the girls, musicians who lack the friends to form a band, singer-songwriters. The rest of us are DJs or official club photographers, and tonight I'm playing another Canvas Fitchburg show. Going through my phone book, texting everyone I know, and more than a few I don't, whose numbers found their way into my phone. They might come along anyway, you never really know, and none of this is going anywhere. And pretty soon we'll all be old, and no one left alive will really care about the glory days when we sold our souls. But if you're all about the destination, then take a fucking flight. We're going nowhere slowly, but we're seeing all the sights, and we're definitely going to hell will have all the best stories to tell. And we're definitely going straight to hell. We'll have all the best stories to tell. Thank you.
Guys, one more time for Jeff. I'm thankful for Jeff and for other organizers because this, again, like guys, like the work of this is sometimes really brutal, and when you see another organizer sitting in the audience, it's like the most rewarding shit in the world. It's like being seen with like a capital S, and that's really, really nice. We have like another name on the short list that hasn't yet come up to the mic. Andy James, would you like to come up to the Openest Mic? Guys, give it up for the patient Andy James, please. Come here, little mama. Thank you.
Thank you. Laura does this poem about grief, and it's about her mom and memories that she has of her mom. And I think that it's really beautiful, and she inspired me to write a poem about my own grief. So this is a short little poem that I have about a memory that I had with my mom. So it's cadmium yellow against vivid green. My heart aches for her. I bring them to my mother where she weaves a fairy crown. Folding stem into stem, she braids with love and places it on my head.
Oh man, I'm so glad my bummers serve a purpose. All right, next up on the Openest Mic, Snail. Guys, give it up for Snail.
All right, hello. I have a song by Haley Hendricks called Drinking Song. I'm just gonna do some acapella. I'm playing ukulele lately, but don't have it in my car, so acapella it is. There's a light at the end where I know, where culprits and carpets make sense of it all, and the sky is all indigo, and the young ones just wanna go home, and the edge of the world makes it seem that everyone gone is still singing the same song, and I can believe in these things, that everyone's singing along. The good and the bad and the gone. There's a light at the end of a dock, sending green little postcards to a city I love so much, and the water makes sense of her laugh and wrinkles the backs of my hands. There's a light at the end where I smoke, and my name puffs in colors with people I know, and the song that was stuck in her head becomes all the words you forget. Yet everyone's singing along, the good and the bad and the gone. Thank you.
I have like a huge secret love for acoustic singing, which I feel like as somebody that hosts open mics, I shouldn't say, but I really do. That was awesome. Thank you so much, Neil. All right, so I have two. We're so good on time. By the way, give it up for yourselves. We're so good on time tonight, guys. Great job. Great job. Giving a hand for respectfulness. Go us. I did one of those like poems where I took lines from everybody's poem and I made a poem, and I called it Thankful-est. And Sarah Beth also did that, and I just want to like give the invite to everybody as they come to these events. It's a really fun exercise to see what kind of like sparks your attention and sparks your inspiration. As you can see, this is a group that does that kind of instinctively, but I just like to do this exercise. And again, I invite you, what you do is you just write a line from the poem or song or piece that you heard that you like, and you have a poem at the end. It's called Thankful-est. It moves because it must. I need love. Hallowed be thy smoke sesh. We got a new golden rule. If you got enough gold, you can ignore the rules. Appreciate y'all. If you're getting with yourself, shake that boom, boom, boom. The work is never done. Onward. Both personal and digital should be treated with humanity. The universe decided she wasn't done with me yet. And our lineage of women tended the land like children. A trembling cathedral of patience and fear, for even mountains fear the day a single spark makes the mountains sway. At least I kept my morals right. It isn't any wonder that we still suffer from this schism breakdown. I'm still finding myself and what I can be open about. There are the things that we must accept, the good, the bad, and the gone. All right, I haven't treated you guys to one of my like mid poems lately. This is like not something I've submitted or posted or done anything with. It's just like a love poem to my husband because I love him and I'm thankful for him, and we've been together for 13 years, and he's just like a really kind person, and we're gonna go on vacation, and you know, I just think that like everybody in life like needs that like thing that's like kind of like their like North Star for like, as long as I'm following this, I'm gonna be good. And for me, I'm really fortunate that that is my life partner. And this is a little poem I wrote about him. It's called 13 Years In. Even when it's not about you, it's about you. It's about the way you reassure me that even if the monsters under our bed are real, we can fight them, invincible against even unreality if need be. It's in how you want to make it right when it goes wrong. It's about how you forgive me and don't forget our lessons. It's the balancing act. Comfort and confrontation, peace and passion. It's the way your voice sinks into my eager ears when you say, I love you, and it's the way I can say it back and mean it. Even when it's not about you, even when I'm uprooting, even when I am unbending, it's all about you. Thanks, guys. Okay. So we've all shared what we're thankful for, and we've made some new friends, and we've probably seen people that from across the room were like, But that's fine too, because there's room for all of it here at the Openest Mic because it's the openest. And we're gonna end like probably 100 seconds short, which is great. Feel free to use the room for 100 seconds, it's ours. And I love you guys, and the holidays are tough, and we're not doing Openest in December, because frankly, I have a lot of shit on my plate. What? Oh. Maybe like, sorry, Derek. I'll be at the Boston Music Awards where I was nominated for Best Spoken Word Artist.
I'm not gonna win. It's so nice that you guys are psyched. I'm not gonna win, but it's gonna be a really fun night out in the city, and I think that you can still get tickets, and they're like $25, so come get lit in Boston with me. But yeah, I just want to say happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays. Love you guys. Love you, Tyler. Love you, Carrie. Love you guys. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Down the seesaw till we are in free fall. Now we're going upside down. We go up and down the seesaw, licking off the sea salt. Always we go up and down. We go up and down the seesaw till we are in free fall. Now we're going upside down. We go up and down the seesaw, licking off the sea salt. Always up and down. Down the seesaw till we are in free fall, always up and down.